Hey, y'all, it's your girl Shay. Welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing? Look, I hope y'all understand the importance of the notebook now. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, if you are not, please follow me on Instagram at TheShayelle, TheEesshaelle. All right, y'all, let's go. So last week we talked about what we done doing. We done apologizing for being amazing. We done for all that stuff, right? So I just wanted to come on today because I was thinking to myself, and I said, we need to do a check-in. We need to do a check-in. Second quarter check-in, because y'all know we're in the second quarter now. Remember at the top of the year, I did a video, my first video of this year, setting boundaries. So this is going to be a follow-up to that, setting boundaries part 2. If you have not watched my original setting boundaries video, please go and check that out. Because basically we talked about who has to go, who has to get evicted, who has to get off of our ship and our train. Remember I had on my conductor hat and all that stuff. Okay. So let's talk about setting boundaries part 2. This time I want to talk about, first of all, I want you to evaluate yourself and see, did you really let all that stuff go that you know you need to let go? The envious people, the weirdos, all that kind of stuff, demonic energy, all that stuff we talked about. Now we're into part 2. What do we need to do to maintain our peace, our mental health, and our wellness? And I just want to say, mental health, when I say mental health tip of the day, or when I say we're talking about mental health on here, we're just talking about it like you would talk about your physical health. You don't necessarily have to be ill to work on your physical health, right? You don't have to have diabetes to watch your carb and your sugar intake, right? This is just regular practice, good practice. And that's what when I say mental health tip of the day, and when I say mental health in general, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about good practices to be able to keep yourself well, because that's what we do over here. All right, y'all ready to get into it? You already know what I'm gonna say. Grab your notebook, grab your snack, put me on pause, do what you need to do to get comfy and get right. I'm gonna take my time, and we just gonna go through this list on what we need to start doing. And it's gonna be some stuff we need to stop doing too, because that's kind of a part of what we need to do. We also have to talk about what we have to stop doing too. All right, so let's get right into it. So, number 1, stop talking to people on the phone that drain you. I gotta exhale on that. I don't have my little watermelon juice today, or my water. It's just me today. But look, stop it. Stop it. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you who drains you. When you talk to them, when you get off the phone, your mental state has changed from what it was prior to the conversation. Let me say that again. Your mental state has changed from what it was prior to the conversation. So all of a sudden, you may have been feeling maybe not even all like upbeat. You could have just been feeling fine. Okay? Swell. Why did swell come to my mind? That was like a vocabulary word, swell, but you never really heard nobody really use that word. But anyway, say you were feeling swell, right? And then somebody calls you and they start talking and y'all start talking and having a conversation. And then all of a sudden, when you hang up the phone, you went from swell to You may not be down in the dumps, but you weren't before. You were fine before. You were swell. Pay attention to how you feel after you interact with people. And sometimes in person, we cannot gauge that, is monitor that as well. Because sometimes you're around who you're around. COVID has kind of helped with that. But now COVID is things are changing. Things are opening up. People are getting vaccinated. Things are changing. So it's different. But when you're on the phone, in particular, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Okay? So this is what I want you to do when because it's normally the same people. Now, we love them, y'all. They not people that necessarily got to get escorted off our train. They may be family, they may be good friends, they may be coworkers that you're fond of. The main thing is we do have to monitor how much we talk to them, how long the conversations are, and how the conversations go. Okay. So first thing I want you to do, if you start feeling icky and you were already in a state where you weren't really that good, end the conversation. End the conversation. Also, too, maybe text that person. If you're not in a state where you know that you're not going to feel good from talking to them and you're already having a rough day, don't subject yourself to that. Okay? Prefer to text them. Hey, what's going on? Had a busy day. You can be honest. You can be honest. Say, hey, I had a busy day. Even if you choose to answer the phone, hey, had a busy day. Is it something we can talk about tomorrow? Is anything going on? You know what I'm saying? Gauge it. Okay. And then also too, this is going to be hard. Screen your calls. This was super hard for me. When I tell you the hardest thing for me to do. I am the type of person who answers my phone. I'm the person who calls you back. I'm the person who texts you back. I'm the friend that checks on you. I'm that friend. Okay. So this was hard for me to be able to screen my calls and decide whether I'm going to answer or not. But it has done wonders for my mental health. It has done wonders. Okay. So let's recap. Stop talking to people on the phone that drain you. You're going to, number one, end the conversation if you need to. You're going to prefer to text instead, and you're going to screen your calls. Also, one other thing I want to add. When you're on the phone, in order for you to end the conversation, because this is important. This is important. Now, I know this down somebody's street. Put your seatbelt on, because I know this on somebody's street. They on the phone with you. You tell them you got to go, and they still talking. They still talking. They still telling... And they still going on. And it's like they over talking you. And you don't even get a chance to say what you need to. Look, I've been there. I've probably been there more professionally than I have been personally. But I've been in both situations. Let me tell you something. Raise that voice. Elevate that voice. Okay, right. I have to, hey, I have to go. I can call you back later, or we can talk tomorrow. I need to start my dinner, whatever. You can give an explanation or you don't. You don't have to give anybody explanation. You grown, okay? But if you feel like you need to, you can. If it makes you feel better. It's all about you feeling better up here. Okay. And then they say, and they still talking. Raise that voice. Girl, I know that thing be hard. That thing be a mess. But look, I gotta go. Love you dearly, but I have to go. Raise it. I don't know what it is about raising that voice, but it gets folks' attention. Sometimes when you're talking calm, they talking over you. That ain't gonna get it. Okay. Look, I grew up in the house with 3 siblings and both my parents. And let me tell you something. We got loud in my house. We got loud. If you ain't talk loud enough, you was getting talked over. Okay. So sometimes you got to raise that voice. Okay. All right. Let's go into number 2. Stop participating in commitments and things and events that drain you or make you feel inadequate. Make you feel inadequate. We kind of talked about in the conversation how, girl, look, y'all know it's always something going on over here. We kind of talked about that as far as the drain. So we know what that feels like when it's in person. But let's talk about in more in depth how it makes you feel inadequate. All right. For example, I'm going to give both scenarios because I know I have married people that watch me and I know I have single people that watch me. So let's take both scenarios. Let's take the married scenario first. Say you've been invited to your girlfriends or your coworkers want to get together. Fellas, I don't discriminate against you. You can invert this. Okay. So say girlfriends invited you out, coworkers invited you out after work for like happy hour, just to kind of, hang out. You say you'll go. You go. While you're there, you notice that it's a lot of, male attention that y'all are getting. And, y'all looking good, smelling good. Y'all my tribe. So I know y'all a reflection of me. When y'all go out, y'all don't be looking crazy. So I know. So you get attention because you're beautiful. Okay. So people are giving y'all a lot of attention and doing all that stuff. And then you notice that a lot of men are coming up to you, and you're married. A lot of men are coming up to you because your coworkers may or may not be married. We're not going to judge their lifestyle and what they do, but this is something that's happening while y'all are out. While you're out, and then you can say, you know what? It starts to make you feel uncomfortable because you're married, you're committed, right? And you don't have to stay. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You know, if it makes you feel not necessarily inadequate, but it makes you feel like uncomfortable. Okay? Get out of there. You ain't got to stay. Y'all, it's been real. Let me get home. I got things to do at home. Love y'all. You can allot to stay for a certain amount of time because this is important. It's important for you to honor your friendships and your relationships. That is very important. It's important to spend time with people outside of your immediate family, outside of your spouse. That is important for your growth and also for your balance. Okay? You have to have a balance. So, but if it starts to get a little something and you can, and if you know this crowd is the crowd that brings all of that, you can decline or maybe go and then have a time frame. Okay. All right. Singles. If you are invited to a baby shower, and a lot of baby showers nowadays are like co-ed. So it's a co-ed baby shower and you're like, okay, I'm going to go, my girlfriend's having a baby, da, da, da. And you're single, no kids, or if you got kids, they're grown, whatever. You go to the baby shower and it's got you feeling some kind of way. Especially if you want children and have not had them yet. Especially if you've had issues getting pregnant and that's what you've wanted. That can be something. Also, too, if it's co-ed, say the baby thing isn't a thing that makes you feel less than or inadequate. Say it's just having a spouse. And it's a lot of couples there because couples befriend couples. So you're the only single gal there, like, okay, and you ain't really feel comfortable. Even if you are dating somebody, do you really feel comfortable with saying, hey, go with me to a baby shower? I don't really know no guy you dating that's going to want to go to your baby shower unless it's a family member, So think about that. If it makes you feel like that, you can decline. You can decline and you can send a gift. You can send a gift. Cash App is so convenient nowadays. I think a lot of people still do registries. If they don't, you can always Cash App. You can send a card. You can do whatever you need to do. And also too, you don't have to give them a strong yes. Which brings me to my next point. I want you to think about saying maybe. Sometimes it's hard for us to say no right away, especially when you're a certain type of person that takes things on. Okay? You may have a hard time with saying no, but you can say maybe. And then think about it. Don't give a quick yes. Give a nice, quick maybe. And in that way, you can see how you're feeling. You can assess what's going on with you at the time. And then you can, decline if you need to. If this is a wedding and someone has paid for a plate for you, it is only appropriate. It is only classy for you to pay for your plate. If you have RSVP'd, yes. Okay. So we want to be classy with this. My mother used to always say, you have to honor your commitments. You have to be a person of your word. You can't just be flaky. But one thing I know for sure, growing up like that and being like that the majority of my life, sometimes it has left me depleted. So I think it's a nice way to find a balance, but by no means am I telling you to be irresponsible, to be flaky, not dependable. Who wants to be around a person like that? You want to be sure, you want to be stable, but you also want to honor how you feel. Okay. All right. And then the third point, no, that's my third point. Fourth point, know yourself. Know yourself. And all of this stuff kind of goes back to that. Know yourself. Follow your gut. If you know if you already feeling, I don't think I should go to that, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. And don't feel bad about it. But like I said, some commitments you have to keep. You have to keep, or you have to show up. You have to participate in some way, but maybe you need to send a gift. Okay. Like me, I know I'm a morning person, and if you ask me to do something late at night, 8, 9, I don't want to talk. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and it's straight up truth. I don't want to talk to nobody outside of my family, my immediate family, and that's even iffy past like 8. Honest. Okay. So, or my best friend, I talk to her, basically anytime. But honestly, that's it. Because I'm winding down. I love my wind down. I'm winding down. And if you know that about you, honor that about you. You don't have to apologize for that. And you don't have to justify it or prove it to anybody. Okay? Vote for yourself. Vote for yourself. Because honestly, if you honor this part of yourself, you're going to give everybody a better version of you. Okay. What else I want to say? Carve out some times of the day that are only for you. That are only for you. Mine is the evening and the morning. The morning and the evening are my times that are only for me. Because with my job, I give. I'm a social worker. I work with kids. I work with adults. I have to be able to pour out. But in order for me to pour out, and it's not about me when I'm working, it's all about who I'm working with, right? But at the same time, I replenish myself at night and in the morning, and I have a set routine. Okay. So I want you to really think about those things. Honor yourself. I hope this has helped you. This is our setting boundaries part 2, what we need to do. And we're not going to feel guilty about doing because you matter. And I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of mental health breakdowns going on out here. It's so many people struggling. It is so many people struggling. Okay. And I don't want us to struggle. I want us to thrive. We being better, not bitter. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the tea. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I had to say. Wanted to come by, stop by, say that. Do our check-in. I will be doing this every quarter. Every quarter, I'm going to promise you all and promise myself that I'm going to do a setting boundaries to be able to keep you going, because that is the theme that started us off at the beginning of this year. Because 2021, we win, and that's what the 1 is for. All right, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Follow me on Instagram. I'll be talking about setting boundaries and things all week, along with some other things, and also my mental health tip of the day. Remember, you don't have to have a mental health disorder to be able to work on your mental health. This is something that keeps us all well. All right, y'all. Y'all know the drill. I love y'all dearly. Shout out to all my new subscribers, my new followers. I love y'all dearly. Shout out to my day ones. All that. All y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all for all of y'all support. It does not go unnoticed, okay? And I know, thank you to the ones that said something about my hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything, because no one has to do anything nice to you, for you. No one has to say anything nice to you. So know that I'm grateful. All right, y'all. Y'all know my spiel. I hope this message has inspired you. I hope this message finds you blessed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in my next video.